Missouri Task Force 1 is Boone County's 62-member urban search and rescue team. Immediately after the attacks, I was with these brave men and women who spent 11 days at Ground Zero working 12-hour shifts. Medical specialist George Miller says his mission seems like it was yesterday.
It was very shocking when we got to this to Ground Zero. I think all of us were on the buses as we could look down the streets at Ground Zero as we were approaching it for the first time. It was just really a shock. I think all of us were just in a state of shock and was wanting to get out and start to help with our mission.
I remember looking into the eyes of Medical Team Coordinator Chuck Leakey while I was in Manhattan with Task Force 1. Leakey saw the death of more than 3,000 people at Ground Zero. 1 year later, he's seen the rebirth of national pride in our country.
As a person who's in over 20 years of public service, as well as 8 years with the United States Naval Reserves, I've seen times come and go, but this last year, the patriotism and pride in this country that people have shown, that's invigorating.
Logistics team manager Bryant Gladney will never forget 9/11. September 11th was already special to him since it's his birthday. Bryant and the other members of Task Force 1 know if there's another attack, they will have to repeat their mission all over again.
I don't think any of us really want to go anywhere again. I mean, what the business that we're in is, there almost has to be a tragedy for us to be involved. So we don't sit and wish for a call, but we're certainly much more ready, I would say, at least from my perspective. We're much more ready to go, both in terms of speed and in terms of performance and things.
We met Cathy Schultz and her rescue dog Hawk during our trip to Ground Zero. The duo from Ashland recently returned to Manhattan for a remembrance ceremony. It was their first trip back to Ground Zero since the attacks.
Now that we've been around the pile and kind of been here for a little while, it's good. I think it's given me some closure.
Boone County Fire Chief and Task Force 1 leader Steve Pasel is certain his team will be called upon again. Pasel says they're ready, anytime, anywhere.
The tears that we see in people's eyes and the patriotism and the sense of duty and responsibility, I think, has grown significantly since September 11th. And we've been gratified, of course, to see that and been very moved by that. And it's been a very emotional thing for us in so many ways.
A statue called Perseverance stands in front of the Boone County Fire District's headquarters. 3 firefighters and a rescue dog, frozen in time, stand as a permanent remembrance of Task Force 1. It's their way of saying they'll never forget. Missouri Task Force 1 is one of the largest active volunteer search and rescue teams in the entire United States. At the Columbia Bureau, Mark Slavitt, News Scene 13.